Yeah, there were times, again, where you were extremely lonely, the children were all in bed or whatever, and you just sat there thinking, well, this is great.
You've lost them, but you haven't lost them. It's quite difficult to explain.
It felt like a bereavement, so you went through the process of grief for the loss, even though you knew he'd not passed away. He just wasn't going to be there for a long time.
Oh, I wish my husband would go away for a week. I wish my husband would go away for 3 months at a time. That's quite hard to hear, although lots of us will laugh it off.
We spent nearly 10 years in Germany, so you didn't have family nearby. Your friends were your neighbours.
We lived in a married quarter and we had a really good patch there. Met some of my best friends ever there, and I wouldn't have managed, I'm going to cry, I wouldn't have managed without them.
The during, I suppose, yeah, again, you were all things to all people, so you were mum and dad, which I found particularly hard, because you had to be good cop one day and bad cop the next.
If you just sit by yourself, you're just going to sit and worry, or you're going to make up things in your own head of what might be happening, and then to try and look after children when you're thinking about that in the back of your head is quite challenging.
So another tool we use is called the circle of control. Sometimes life feels overwhelming for us and we feel that we have too much to do. The circle of control can help to give us perspective of that. So we write a list and place them into these 3 different circles. The circle of control, that's the circle that we have direct control over. The circle of influence, which is where we have a partial control over it. And the final one is the circle of concern, also known as stuff, which we have very little control or influence over. So the key objective of this tool is for us to gain perspective and control by moving things closer to the centre so that we can have influence and we can have control over what is happening in our lives. So for service families who've recently had a partner deployed, this tool can be particularly helpful. When life feels like it's full of variables, this can help to gain some control.